fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? We are going to be doing a full swatch fest of every single holiday eyeshadow palette from Oden's Eye Cosmetics. They brought back their 2 Christmas palettes from last year. They are available once again. Hallelujah. I know so many people were disappointed they missed out on these. And then they also released 2 new holiday palettes, and these have actually, I don't know what that was. These have actually already launched. I meant to have this video live before the launch, but I got the date messed up. As of right now, all of these palettes are still in stock, and you can use my affiliate code AMYLOVES to save an extra 10% off your purchase if you're interested in anything. Like I said, we're gonna live swatch every single one of these so you guys can really see what's happening here. So I'm gonna start off with the 2 newer palettes. Let's start with the Snow Dream palette because this is the one that I'm wearing on my eyes today, and it is a really cute like snowman themed palette. The packaging is just adorable. Here's what it looks like inside. You've got imprints of ornaments, snowman, snowflake, and I just think it's so cute. I feel like there's not many brands I've seen like go all out for like the holiday collection like Oden's Eye has. Actually, let me show you every single palette up close and then we'll swatch. Just so you can like get a little preview because they're so beautiful. We've got the Hey Reindeer palette, which is like a reindeer theme. To me, this color story is a little bit random. Wait, do you guys see that? What happened to that shade? It's gone. There's a shade missing. Anyways, this is like a very like kind of random color story, but all of the shimmers look so beautiful, especially this shade right here called Candy Canes. It looks like a multi-chrome. And then next we have the Christmas Eve palette, which like I said, this one and the Merry Christmas palette were available last year. This palette is giving all of the grungy cool tones. It's so pretty. We have Merry Christmas. Again, the detailing is just stunning. And here is what this one looks like on the inside. I feel like this is a very classic like Christmassy color story. The reds, the greens, some bronzy shades. Oh, I just found the shadow. It literally looks like packing material. It's kind of funny because personally, like I have barely ever had a problem with Oden's Eye with their packaging breaking on me or with like their shadows breaking. I feel like they have very sturdy shadows. I know that sounds weird, like a weird way to describe an eyeshadow, but okay, there we go. I didn't get all of it up. I did my best, but at least we've got something there. All right, so for the Snow Dreams palette, first we have the shade Boots, which is a really pretty, just kind of like soft, peachy transition shade. I've got a little bit of that through my crease. We've got the shade Celebrate, which is a really pretty, like berry purple metallic. We've got Feast, which this is what I use to add just like a little bit more color to my outer V, but it's a pretty soft brown for sure. And then we've got Hugs, which is what I have all over my lid. This is a really beautiful, like soft, golden, sparkly shimmer. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Cupid, my little kitty, is out there crying somewhere. I gotta go find him. That brown swatch kind of weird, but there we go. I feel like I already have sparkles everywhere, but next we have the shade Frankincense, which looks like a really beautiful, just like soft blue, icy, silvery, satiny shade. We've got Goodwill, which I can't think about without thinking about the thrift store. It's a just matte white shade. We've got Mary, which is a beautiful light green metallic. And then we've got Ornament, which is a matte kind of olivey green. I feel like this palette is probably the most like, oh my God. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, it's like holographic. It's y'all, that silver. Definitely one of the prettiest shadows I've seen in a long time. It genuinely looks holographic. So pretty. Okay, next we have the shade Snowflake, which is just a really soft mint matte. We've got Sweater, which is a really pretty like shimmery, goldeny bronze. I added just a little bit of that on the outside of my lid. We've got Guess, which is a very, very bright orangey red. And then we've got Tradition, which is a satiny kind of bronzy red. Ooh, that's gorgeous. That red is definitely a little bit on the drier side. On to the last 4 shades. We've got Magic, which looks to be a soft kind of like silvery gunmetal satin shade. We've got, what does that say? Godju? It's got a pattern underneath it and it's so hard to read. I'm not 100% sure, but it's just a warm matte brown. We've got Tinsel, I think, which is a kind of bright, like turquoisey green with a little bit of a light blue shift to it. And then last but not least, we have Garland, which is actually like a very yellow shade. I threw that in my transition at first, thinking it was gonna be a little bit more soft, a little bit more neutral, and it was like, bam, yellow. Alrighty, so there is the entire Snow Dreams palette. It is definitely very, very cute. Super happy with the shimmers that are happening in here in particular. Like I said, this shade is above and beyond beautiful. And the mattes didn't like swatch crazy good, but from using them already on my eyes, I know that they blended well. They built up for me. No issues whatsoever. Right now, moving on to the Hey Reindeer palette. This one's definitely a little bit more colorful. So starting off, we have the shade Reindeer, which looks like a pinky mauvey matte. We've got Slay, which is a really pretty, just kind of soft gold. Definitely not too much orange tones happening there. I love that kind of gold for Christmas or just in general. And then we've got the shade Greetings, which is a rosy brown matte. Feels super, super soft. We've got Eggnog, which is a pretty true, like Cinderella, no. Belle kind of yellow. But actually, you know what? It looks like in certain lights it has a little bit of a pink shift to it. Don't know why I said Cinderella. Oh, that's so pretty. The mattes are definitely swatching a little bit more sheer. But like I said, I had no issues on my eyes, so I'm not super worried about it. Next, we have the shade Christmas Ham, which is the shade that's kind of a mess. It feels very chunky to the touch, so I'm like trying to pick it up just a little bit, but you can see it looks like a lot. It's a white with like a pinky gold shift happening. We've got Cider, which is a soft, just really pale blue matte. Wreath. Ooh, that's so nice. Okay, a really pretty icy purple. We've got Holly, which is a muted like gray. Don't know how this is gonna swatch. Like, yeah, it's very chunky, but like I said, it broke. It feels like a cream chunk shadow. I don't know at all, but I mean, the shift is really beautiful. Oh, I love that shade. Funny, I wasn't initially drawn to this palette as much, but the more I'm swatching it, I'm like, this is so nice. Next, we have the shade Mistletoe, which looks to be a beautiful kind of deeper red. We've got Candy Canes. That's the shimmer I told you guys I was so excited about already. It is stunning. It's got this shift of green and red and gold. It is so shifty, so shiny, just beautiful. We've got Ivy, which is another really pretty blue matte. And then Christmas Stocking, which is a bronze shadow that again doesn't have too much warmth to it. It's more of like a neutral bronze, but it's very sparkly. It looks stunning. Oh my goodness. Oh no, I got some red in that swatch, but look at that bronze. That is one of the prettiest bronzes. Okay, last 4, we've got Bells, which is a kind of deep gray satin, super silky to the touch. We've got Fireplace, which is a bright, bright matte orange. Presents, which is a sparkly blue. And then Snow Wish, which is a deep brown. Pretty neutral again, not super warm. So you've definitely got some pops of color in here, but I feel like you could actually do so many beautiful soft looks with this palette. I love the shimmers. Again, they're just standing out for sure. Now let's swatch the Merry Christmas palette, which I will say, I know these were around last year, but I actually never ended up playing with them because during the time that they were sent to me, I was extremely busy, and then I know that they were sold out and people weren't super happy about it, so I didn't want to show them on my channel. So this is actually genuinely my first impression of these two palettes as well. So starting off, we have Elf Wish, which just looks like a, oh my lord. Oh my gosh, okay, that's gorgeous. It's this really bright green, but it also has this gold flip happening as well. It's just so intense, and it's literally neon green from the side. Next, we have Matcha Cookies, which is a grungy, yellowy green matte. Jingle Bell, which is kind of like a bronzy golden shadow. And then we've got New Leaf, which is a really pretty kind of mid-tone sage green. I'm starting to understand why people were mad about these. Wow. Like just right off the bat, these are so pretty. Next we have the shade Snowman, which is a little bit more of like a silvery base with a green shift happening. We've got Best Wish, which is a soft green kind of pastel matte. Christmas Tree, which is just like a true deep green matte, like just exactly what you would expect for a shadow named Christmas Tree. And then we've got New Year, which is a little bit more of like this fun turquoisey metallic. So many good greens in here for sure. We've got Little Star, which looks to be more of like a soft, like peachy, muted shade. We've got Gingerbread, which is a really warm, gingery matte. We've got Bless, which is a hot pink metallic with a little bit of a blue shift happening. And then we've got Poinsettia, which is a very deep true red. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay. I'm definitely mostly in love with the greens there, but I'm appreciating the color story as a whole. It's funny, this next shade is called Hot Cocoa, which is literally what I had this morning with my breakfast instead of coffee, like a true adult. Had marshmallows and everything. So it's a really pretty, just like deep, warm brown. We've got All Right, or All Night. These patterns are throwing me off. I'm like, all right, like, is it giving Matthew McConaughey? I don't know, but it's a very bright orange with a little bit of a golden shift. We've got Happy Ending. It's an interesting name. It's just a matte black. And then we've got Santa Star, which is a true gold. It's a little bit more texture to the touch for sure, but it looks very intense. It actually looks a little bit like an antique gold. Alrighty. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so there is the Merry Christmas palette, and I cannot deny it is truly, truly stunning. I can 100% see why they brought this one back. Okay, last but certainly not least, let's swatch the Christmas Eve palette. I have a feeling that this one might end up being my favorite because the shades in here, the cool tones, just look absolutely stunning. So starting off, we've got Snowflake, which looks like a really beautiful, kind of chunky silver shadow. We've got Ice Crystal, which is a really soft gray matte. Slivery Dream. Is that supposed to be Silvery Dream? I'm not sure. but really pretty taupey shimmer. We've got Nightfall, which is kind of a bright blue. Next we've got Just Now, which is kind of like a muted olive green matte, I would say. Snowlight, which is a soft kind of muted gold shimmer. Christmas Eve, which looks like such a stunning deep navy. Blue Ice, which is a little bit more of like a chunky satin. It's definitely not as metallic as some of the other shimmers in here. Ooh, that's gorgeous. We've got Filting Time, which is a very like brassy golden shade, just super, super stunning. Nowhere, which is a cool toned, just like taupey matte. Wonderful, which looks like an icy kind of purple. Super, super pretty. I mean, oh, I feel like those two would just be like a super, super quick look I could do every single day. We've got Softly, which is like the really pretty, just like super, super pukey, greeny brown. What says Christmas more than like a pukey, greeny brown? Oh, it's so good. I feel like this one swatched out is a little bit softer than it looks in the palette, and maybe it's just because in the palette it has that really deep blue packaging. We've got Lembob Tarte, which is a very bright yellow shade actually. It has like a little bit of like a tangerine-esque shade to it. We've got the shade Gorgeous, which is named appropriately because it's such a pretty multi-chrome. It's got blue and purple and gold and green. So, so gorgeous. We've got Night Sky, which is, oh my gosh, that's a super deep green. Like really, really intense. Kind of reminds me of one of my favorite shades in the Club Nebula palette. And then we've got Blue Star, which looks to be just like a black base with a little bit of like an indigo blue to purple flip happening. So it definitely just got a little bit more intense on this row. Oh my gosh, okay, it's so pretty. Wow. That right there could be like such an epic smoky eye. Super, super cute. All right, y'all, so that was every single one of the holiday palettes swatched out from Oden's Eye. They are all so beautiful. It is honestly impossible to choose a favorite. I feel like the green tones in the Merry Christmas palette, like these two, I can't even keep it open. These two rows were just above and beyond. Honestly, like this is all the cool tone vibes. The Hey Reindeer palette just had so many beautiful like golden bronzy tones, and the Snow Dream palette is so perfect for anyone who loves neutrals but wants like a little bit of a pop. They're just beautiful. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed getting to see all the swatches. I'm sorry that this video ended up being later than the launch, like multiple days later. I'm kind of kicking myself about it, but like I said, everything is still live if you're interested in any of the palettes. I'll make sure to have everything linked down below, and that's gonna be everything. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.